Talking about another team that got cooked up on Sunday, the Arizona Cardinals lost to the Cleveland Browns 27-0. Not that surprising. They started a rookie quarterback in Clayton Tune who had 58 yards and 2 interceptions. You would have liked to see Deshaun Watson ball out a little bit more. But my question for you, Dobbs, is with the Browns playing how they are now, how deep can they go in the playoffs?
Playing like they are right now. Again, it's weird because you got to throw them in the same category as a lot of different teams that have like that scrappy defense, but you just don't know how you feel about the quarterback situation. Like, it's like, again, realistically, with Deshaun having to go and win 4 playoff games in a row, I just don't even feel like we haven't even. I almost feel like I'm comfortable saying this point. I haven't even seen like enough of Deshaun yet this year to even have much of an opinion yet. Like, how about the last 2 starts better than the beginning? So it's like at least we're like trending upward.
Right.
It's almost like I'm not even ready to say yet because I feel like I haven't even seen enough of Deshaun this year with actually in a good functioning situation now in the Browns where it's like I'll be ready to answer this in like 2 or 3 more weeks as long as he doesn't get injured again or miss any time. But as of right now, again, I still stand where I stood with them for the whole year. They are the team. They're the dark horse. Like, they could go and make a run at it. Is it likely? No. But it's likely that they could make noise, I would say. Like, at least upset one person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I do think that the Browns will make some noise.
Even with the really injured O-line, they played okay. Obviously, the run game, not amazing. But I think, with their defense, they obviously wreaked havoc on a very weak Cardinals team, but they continue to be dominant week in and week out.
No, they do. All right, so here's what's funny. Again, the Browns, that's why I said, coming into a hole. Amari Cooper, out the gates, a little inconsistent. Look, last 2 weeks, 11 receptions, 228 yards, a touchdown. Browns had 7 total sacks. But again, back to the thing with the Cardinals. It's like, this is not the situation for Clayton Tune. This is not the type of way you want to bring someone in and start their career. And it just doesn't really make any sense.
Justin Fields vibes.
No, I mean, I genuinely want to talk about this. This is something I was really interested in. Tell me what about this situation in any way made sense. Because stick with me for a sec.
Okay.
We're assuming that the Cardinals in no way were trying to tank. Because why were they? I mean, realistically, no, I don't think that's the situation. Like, they beat the Cowboys. They've been playing competitive games all year.
Right.
You get my point. Kyler's coming back. And so then on top of that, here's where the question arises. It's like, well, why, number one, what was the point of trading Josh Dobbs? Because, correct me if I'm wrong. I guess, getting value from him, but hear me out. I guess my thing what was the point of benching him in the sense of, remember how Gannon said, I got the tape, and I didn't like the tape, and I'm going to give, now we're starting to play. Like, I'm just wondering, what was the direction with any of that? Because you actually thought Clayton was going to come in and, do better than Josh was? I guess that's just my main question at this point.
My honest opinion, I think they almost felt too confident in Dobbs to not command the tank. So they had to say, they didn't like the tape, so it wasn't like they're benching a guy that's actually making them competitive.
But that's my thing. That's why this doesn't make any sense, because Kyler's coming back.
Yeah,
so it's like if you had any idea this was even a possibility, what would be the point of even trying to tank in the first place?
See, this part doesn't make sense to me. I think you have to let Kyler play. I think Kyler wants to play. I think he wants to prove to people that he's worth the money. But as the future of the franchise, I don't know if that's necessarily your best option, considering they currently hold the number 1 overall pick. And I mean, regardless if you take a quarterback here or not, which I actually don't think they would, I actually think they're going to trade back because they really need to have a lot of assets and build their team. This potentially moves you out of a spot where you have a ton of leverage by playing Kyler Murray.
No, that is very true. And I agree. From the perspective of what I would be doing that's the thing is that would have been my thing from the jump. That's why I think the way the Cardinals have managed this kind of fucked themselves. Because now you got everyone's hopes up, and I'm gonna go back to this one. This is what I'm getting at with why I think they fucked themselves. Because now, look, the average fan. I'm talking about the average fan here. I'm talking in terms of guys that you're trying to sell that are going to be buying out boxes with their companies. I'm talking people fill out events, give the stadium, give the team money consistently through it. You know what I'm saying? People are going to the games. Look, the reality situation is when dudes show up to the game, they go, this is my team, and I want to see them win. So here, my point I'm getting at. So the Cardinals have 4 more home games this year. And it's like you already got the fans hyped that Kyler's coming back. Kyler says he wants to come back. And if you bring him back, you're probably going to sell a lot of tickets those games.
Right.
Versus, like, if you don't play him now, it's like nobody's going to come watch you. Like, what's really, realistically, what is the point of how, like, why is anyone going to come to Cardinals games at this point this year?
They're tanking. They're getting ready for next year.
So that where it's like, exactly. If you play Kyler, at least you can sell out probably a lot of tickets, sell out a lot of, not sell out the games, but sell a lot more than you would be. Bring in money this year. I do agree. The best case scenario for long term is probably just to not play him. But here's my thing, too, is then you also know exactly what you have, where it's like, are we getting rid of him this year, or are we keeping him? Because it's like, we're going to see if he's really healthy and he comes back and he looks really good and sharp again, or it's like, nah, I don't want to stick around Kyler. And yeah, you're losing leverage and you might as well go to a draft pick, but at least you know for certain. Silver lining. Just trying to look at it from both ends. I agree, though, no matter what. Your way is definitely, the tank way is the way with the Cardinals, the way they're built right now.